starting here in the city of Chicago. That's basically what my book is about. It's based on three, I would say it's 3 parts. One part is based on my personal life experience growing up in the inner cities here in Chicago. And the second part of my book is based on our experience as African Americans, past and present. And the last 2 chapters I focus on the future, which is the organization that I'm promoting, the Grassroots Community Activist Movement. We want to be able to meet the need of the community, as well as I want to develop a partnership with the community, but again, I want to have, I would say, my management team in place first. So that way I can do all these things that I've written in that book. I carry it out to the fullest, and basically this is a roadmap on what I'm going to do in my organization. The reason I keep saying my organization, again, because my creator, he's the one that gave me this vision, and I claim ownership. The Grassroots Community Activist Movement is going to consist of a nonprofit component as well as a for-profit component. And right now I'm focusing on that for-profit component so that eventually I would say the profits that we earn from the for-profit, we can fund a lot of our programs for our nonprofit. And we're also going to have a ministry through our nonprofit.
Okay, you mentioned something about you want a certain number of people for your management team. What?
Yes.
What do you mean, your management team?
Those are the people that's going to help me run this organization. So basically, I'm going to say on February 2016, February actually 25th, 2016, I'm looking for other business partners to work with me to help me get this organization up and running. I'm looking for investors. I have my articles of incorporation as well as my articles of organization. I have all those things in my business plan, so I want to meet with people that's serious about solving inner city issues once and for all. I want to start it off, like I say, on the west side of Chicago, which is my former community. We want to cover the Austin community, Garfield Park, and North Mondale. And once we establish over there, we're also going to expand to the south side of Chicago, because this is about giving our youth a chance to grow up with dignity and in peace. Right now, Chicago's the murder capital, and that's unfortunate. If my organization was up and running today, Chicago would not be a murder capital, because we will provide the resources to families that want to utilize our services, and that'll help keep our youth out of gangs and away from drugs, because there's something positive through our programs.
Okay, what do you require of people to be on your management team?
Okay, I'm sorry, I'm kind of long-winded. I'm only looking for just 30 people again. I don't care what racial group they belong to. All I ask is that they read my book, if they're in agreement, and if they want to do business with me, for those persons to make themselves known to me. I provide detailed information, what I'm looking for, but again, I just want to make sure that I have 30 people, because that's what, again, you know, my creator put in my heart and mind, because we're going to do a lot of things we're not gonna be just like a little storefront. We wanna do work on the west side of Chicago, like I say, first, so that can be a model, so what we can we could replicate that on the south side of Chicago. And so, again, all I care about is just long as they're in agreement, they don't have any problems with the principles that I have in the book. I just want to make sure that everybody's in agreement, that we care about the community, that we're going to make sure that we have at least half of the community to be on board with this. So we can develop some type of partnership with the community. We're not going there trying to act like, you know, we know everything. We want to find out what specific needs that they need in the inner cities. And we want to be able to meet those needs through this organization.
Where were you born?
I was born here in Chicago. I'm a native.
What do you like about Chicago?
I like the fact that Chicago is a diverse city. But unfortunately, when it comes down to, I would say, quote unquote, inner city issues, a lot of people want to stay away from that. For example, again, I talk to a lot of African Americans here in my own city. They say they like what I'm saying, you know, it sounds good and all that, but they're not interested. And so that's what makes me push more online about trying to promote what I'm trying to do. And I'm gonna say about 15 years, I got discouraged with, you know, being online, so that's what prompted me to write my story. It took 5 years. My first book I published back in 2010, and I got, you know, kind of overexcited, and one of my family members pointed out to me that they found mistakes in my book, even though I paid for editing, and I paid for editing and publishing, but, you know, they only published my book and they didn't edit my book, and I didn't want to go through trying to take legal actions because I feel like that would be just a waste of time. So I thank the Lord that He allowed me to do my little research, and I was able to find Create Space, and I am grateful that one of my advisory board members, I don't have that many, I only have 2 people now,